All right. New PvP mode, new Battlegrounds. Let's get into it. So obviously it just started today. There's not a lot of, I guess, besides the basic rules, new rules that are going to be given to us once we enter the match here. I'll go over them. There's not a lot of knowledge per se about what this new mode is. So let's discover it together. What I know so far is that it is strifed. It is definitely strifed, just like the regular BG. It's on the same leaderboard as the regular Battlegrounds, so of course it has to follow the same sort of regulation of strife and since it's on the same leaderboard. That just makes sense. Now this new mode is you can party up with one person, only one person. Make sure that the person that you're partying up with, if you do choose to go that route, is a strategic pick. Make sure that you're picking somebody that is gonna help you and that you guys have this sort of synergy together. In this case, I'm going in alone just for the sake of the video, but let's go over the rules. How to play: escort your zealous idol through all 3 checkpoints to the opponent's ancient heart within 6 minutes. The team that reaches the opposing ancient heart first wins. If the zealous idols do not reach the ancient heart, the team with the most checkpoints cleared wins. Now here's the fun part. If both teams activate the same number of checkpoints, they will enter a sudden death battle. The sudden death battle is pretty fun. I've only been in one so far, but it's quite amazing. Now, the movement rules. The zealous idol's behavior depends on who is nearby. If you advance, happens when only members of your team are nearby. If members of both sides are nearby, that's a hold. And the third one is the fallback. Only when no members of your team are ready, then the idol basically doesn't move. So there's 2 lanes to this, right? There's 2 lanes. The right lane is gonna be yours. Now here's the most important thing I can tell you guys. Portal your ass through this fight. Get over here. You have to use that portal. That is just, that's the best advice I can give you, is to use that portal. Now the whole idea here is that you have 2 lanes, right? Now both teams are now both defending and walking. And that is huge because here we go with the portal again. Because you don't have to walk 2 idols to split the team anymore. You're literally just going to try to walk your idol, defend your idol, and block their idol all at the same time. So you wanna equip a build that delays, disrupts, blah, blah, blah. So the first one to walk to the end of the heart basically wins. So that part is not hard. The intense part comes with the strategy. A lot of people aren't using these portals. I don't know if it's because they don't know what they are or what's going on with that, but I'm telling you, this is the best advice I can give you right here. Use these portals, block their idol from behind. Now, the portals, why are they so important? Because if you have a wizard, like those freeze wizards that used to control the battlefield, they will no longer have an advantage because of these portals. So what you want to do is you want to get behind them, and you're going to try to kind of get them on their way back to their idol to just basically disrupt and delay their advancement. There's a lot of health. There's a lot of health that you can grab. There's one in the middle. There's one on the sides. And then there's also another thing here. There is this idol that awakens in the middle during sudden death, and that's a huge buff. It has like 26 million life, so it's not an easy kill, but if you do get it, it's a huge buff. It's basically a win. Now, like I said, there's not a lot of knowledge for this game mode yet, as far as like strategy goes, who you should pair up with. I personally like to pair up with either a barb or a satyr, because they're the most OP classes right now. But the only one I can recommend not to pair up with are like freeze wizards and classes like that. So classes that used to control the battlefield no longer will control the battlefield due to these portals. Whoever reaches the heart first wins. If you both are at the end, it looks like my auto's walking a little bit faster. So you kind of have to look at the map here, and you kind of have to see where you're needed, depending on the class that you are. Either if you're a tank, tanks and tempests are going to be the most useful, because tempests are the fastest. We can kind of go all over the battlefield very quickly. At this point, I'm just going to try to hold their idol so that some of my teammates can, you know, do something. But yeah, I mean, basically, you want to use these portals and kind of get ahead of them here, start walking them, kind of splitting their team to defend. It is a little bit of a learning curve. It's a little confusing at first, but I like it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And that's pretty much it. So see, the team defeated the Guardian in the middle, so they got a buff. So that's not good for my team. I'm gonna wait for some of my teammates to spawn. Right. Well, they got us. But yeah, this is a lot of fun, man. This is something, you know, I wasn't really expecting it to be this complex. It seems simple, but really, as far as like strategizing goes and picking that number 2, I said number 2. Picking that number 2 as your ally, basically, which everybody can do, is super crucial. But you know, I just wanted to put out a little video, kind of give you the heads up on the portals, man. Use these portals. Make sure you equip a build that is, you know, in favor of either walking the idol, tanking the idol, or holding the idol. Again, I know I've said it 1,000 times, but use the portals. Use the portals. The portals are your best friend. You can use them for various things. You can use them for escape. You can use them for attack. And you can use them for just plain disruption of the battlefield. There is a cooldown on the portals. I'm not sure how long it is, but it's not that long. It's probably like 3 or 5 seconds or so. So you can't go in and immediately back out. I use it mainly to escape and to kind of get ahead at the beginning of the game, to kind of get towards their spawn and start delaying their walking, their advancement. I hope the video helped you. I'll try to learn as much more as I can about strategies for this new BG. But for today, that is all. Thank you.